aka Total Makeup Junkie 101. So today I have a pretty giant Sephora haul for you guys. I haven't filmed a haul video in a while, so what better way to get back into hauling than to do a Sephora haul. This is stuff that I've been collecting over the past couple of months. Some of it I have used and I have a pretty good review on, whereas others I just purchased recently and I can't really give you guys that many thoughts on, but I figured I'd just go through everything, show you guys what I got, so you guys can let me know if you want to see more in-depth reviews and like a full swatch review video on any of these items. So the first thing we have is a new eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay. This is their new Moondust eyeshadow palette, and can I just say, this packaging is so cool. It's very unique. It's actually like a textured glitter, but it's not like that loose glitter that like falls everywhere, but it does have a texture to it. I do really like the range that Urban Decay included in this palette, and I do believe that all 8 of these shadows are exclusive to this palette. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow texture, it's not like a traditional pressed eyeshadow. It's more like a pressed glitter. So you definitely want to use a sticky primer or some type of like glitter glue on your eyelid before you use this product. I have quite a few of the Urban Decay Moondust singles, so I was really excited to see them come out with a palette like this because it's a lot more, you know, wallet friendly to buy in a palette than to buy individual shadows. Next up, I wanted to talk about this little Sephora favorites kit. You guys know that I really love these little kits because they give you a really nice sampling of a whole bunch of different products. In this case, they are all lip products. Now, the kit itself, I mean, all the products were just kind of tossed into this little container, but I actually really like the box. It's really nice. It's like a kind of sturdy cardboard. I want to say that this set was about $24 or $28 or something, and it is honestly a steal when you see all that you get in here. So first off, you do get a deluxe size of the Too Faced Melted Liquid Lipstick in the shade Chihuahua. I really love this color. It's a perfect kind of Kylie Jenner brown, and this is a decent size. It's not a tiny baby size by any means. You also get a deluxe size of the Nars Satin Lip Pencil in the shade Recousian, I believe is how you pronounce it. It's another really nice kind of brownish nude. Another deluxe sample size of the Fresh Sugar Lip Balm in the shade Rosé, and I love these Fresh Sugar lip balms. They all smell like delicious lemon candy. And I've never tried this rosé tint before, so I'm excited to try it. You also get a deluxe size of the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipstick in the shade Lovecraft, which is once again another really nice neutral nude color. I do believe I own this lipstick in full size. And then for the 2 reasons that I purchased this entire kit, first off, you get a full size of the Lancome Juicy Shaker in the shade Boomerang, and it's kind of like a light pink with a little bit of gold shimmer in it. Now, if you guys know anything about these are a really nice tinted, oily kind of lip product. If you've tried, let's say, the YSL Tintin oils, you guys know what I'm talking about. It is like an oil on your lips, but it's really hydrating. It's very comfortable. And then you also get a full size of the Smashbox liquid lipstick. This is their always on long wearing liquid lipstick in the shade Steppin' Out. I was honestly going to purchase this in this exact color, and these things are $24 by themselves. And for $28 for this entire kit, including this like $20 or $24 product and all the other deluxe samples, I mean, it was like a no-brainer. Jumping back into eye products, Buxom released some new single eyeshadows. And if you guys have watched my channel for a bit, you guys probably know that about a year ago, I would say, when Buxom released this whole customizable eyeshadow bar formula, I fell in love with it, and I also did a full review video on all of the palettes that I custom created. So I also went ahead and created this palette with all 6 of their new colors. I don't know all the names off the top of my head, but I will go ahead and write them on the screen. But first off, you get kind of like a light silvered lilac. Next up, you get kind of like a silvery olive, a really nice kind of coppery gold, a deeper olivey gold, an emerald green, and then a really nice like coppery reddish color. Honestly, this formula is just so good, and I love the fact that you can just custom create your own palette. You can pick any 6 colors that you want in any of their finishes, and you get all 6 colors and this palette for $40, which I think is a really good deal. Bite Beauty came out with some new shades of their Amuse Bouche lipsticks, and of course, I bought them. Well, I didn't buy all of them, but I bought 3 of them. These were the 3 that I thought were really unique. This first shade I picked up is called Taro, and it is a really pretty medium muted dusty purple. I really like this color, and I feel like it's a very unique shade of purple. And then these 2 shades, which by far are the most unique Bite Beauty lipsticks I've ever seen. This one here is called Kale, and it looks black in the tube, but it's actually a very dark emerald green. And then we also have the shade Squid Ink, which once again, it looks black, but it's actually a very dark navy blue. These are such cool colors in an absolutely stellar formula. So I'm really excited to play with these during the winter. Clinique is a brand that I really underestimate. It's a brand that I always walk by in Sephora, but I rarely ever kind of really look at it, and everybody has been talking about this new foundation. It's called the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, like a 2-in-1 little thing. It comes in a really nice substantial glass bottle, and it has this very strange, really fat doe foot applicator. The formula itself is really thick. Now, this is a product that I have actually used for quite a few weeks now, and I just want to tell you guys, I love it. The shade that I have is number 21, Cream Caramel, and I will say that this shade is a little too orange for my skin tone, which is so strange because my skin tone naturally has a very strong orange tone to it. So for a foundation to be too orange for me, that's kind of weird, but I really love the formula. It's really pigmented. It's thick and creamy, but when you put it on, you only need a very little bit of this stuff. And when you start blending it in, either with a brush or a beauty blender, I prefer a beauty blender, it just spreads out so nicely. It just makes your skin so flawless and even, and it gives it a really amazing coverage, and it lasts so well. It's a really good foundation. I was actually surprised. Marc Jacobs has a couple of new products in their makeup line, and I am kind of a sucker for Marc Jacobs. Honestly, I love his makeup line, but it's expensive. It's Marc Jacobs at the end of the day, but he did release a new line of blushes. These are called the Air Blushes, and I was really excited to see these. This first shade that I have is called Kink and Kisses, and you guys can see the way the blush is. It's kind of a longer, almost like an oval shape, and it does it's like an ombre, but not really. It has 2 different shades, and they kind of come together in the middle, which is really cool. You can use, you know, one side or the other side if you want. Personally, I feel like that's a lot of effort, so I just kind of take my blush brush and just swirl it around the whole thing. This shade in Kink and Kisses is one of the lighter shades, and I wasn't actually expecting to like this shade on my skin tone, but it does give my complexion a really nice, natural, peachy glow. And then the other shade that I have is called Night Fever and Hot Stuff. And I believe this is the darkest one. It's like a hot pink that goes into like a deeper berry color. And this one, again, absolutely gorgeous. It's not completely matte, but it's not shimmery. It's like a true satin kind of glowy finish. The closest thing I can think of in terms of blush formulas that reminds me of this is the Clinique Cheek Pop blushes. If you guys have tried those blushes, you know, the ones that come in the clear container that look like a little flower, those have a very like natural finish on the skin, which is why so many people love them. And I do feel like these are really similar. There's this newer brand that Sephora is carrying, which is called Milk Makeup. And I have tried a couple of things from this brand, but this is something that I was really intrigued to try out. It is called their Holographic Stick, and it comes in this kind of, honestly, kind of cheapy plastic packaging, but the actual formula and the product itself is really unique unique in my opinion. It's not what I would consider holographic. It's more of what I would call like a duochrome effect. When you put it on, it has a translucent base, so it's not white or anything, but it has like this reflect that almost reflects like a purple violet to a blue. It's such a cool look, and I use this on the tops of my cheekbones, and I've actually been loving this cool toned highlighter that I'll show you guys shortly, and I've been using this as a base underneath it, and it is such a cool transformative base. Speaking of the cool toned highlighter that I was just talking about, these aren't products that I actually purchased from Sephora, but I did want to go ahead and show them to you because I'm kind of hoping eventually they'll be available at Sephora. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the 2 new glow kits that they have. This is the first one in Moonchild. In case you guys are curious, I did purchase this off of the Anastasia Beverly Hills website, and I believe that they stated that these are website exclusives, at least at this time. So this palette is absolutely gorgeous. It's got 6 colors. It's set up very differently from any of their other glow kits, but I'm actually really happy with this layout because you get a little bit of smaller pans, but you get a lot more colors. The highlight that I have been obsessed with is this one right here, this kind of like violet purple color. It's called Purple Horseshoe, and it's a color that if you looked at it, you would never think that that color would work on my skin. Honestly, I have been wearing this highlight quite a bit now. I have it on right now on top of that holographic stick, and I've been wearing it in quite a few of my recent videos, and I've gotten a lot of people really complimenting me on my highlight, which doesn't happen all the time, but you guys have really been liking this, and I think it's really cool because it's almost like a cool toned highlight on top of my very warm toned skin. It's like this contrast that looks really unique. I also got the other glow kit in the shade Sweets, and this one is set up very similarly to the other glow kits. So it has 4 pans of product, and once again, these are so pretty. This shade right here in Marshmallow, it looks white, but it's actually a really gorgeous iridescent like duochrome gold. It kind of reminds me of the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish 003 golden highlight. Next up, I went ahead and picked up a couple more shades of these guys. These are the Metallishadow Cream and Powder eyeshadow duos by the Estee Edit brand. I have, I think, 2 of these in my collection already, and they released like 3 or 4 new colors, and when I swatched these 2 new colors in stores, I just about died. If you're not familiar with the layout on these, it's basically like a double stacked product. So on top, you do get a cream shadow, and then on the bottom, you twist it and you get a loose pigment. So this shade that I'm showing you guys is called Cyberella. So the top cream shadow is a really dark burgundy red, and then the actual eyeshadow pigment is kind of like a purple grape reddish color, and it's got these tiny iridescent turquoise sparkles in it, which makes it so unique. And then I also got the shade Wild Cosmos. Now, if you guys like blue eyeshadow, oh my gosh, this comes with a really like bright cobalt blue cream shadow, but the pigment on this is so deep and dark. It's like the richest, most vibrant cobalt blue metallic gorgeousness. Nars also released a couple of new eyeshadow singles. Now, I don't purchase a lot of Nars shadow singles because I feel like they are expensive for a single eyeshadow, but these colors were to die for. This is in their, what they call their newer formula of the Hardwired shadows, and these are just the most metallic gorgeousness that you have ever seen in your life. This shade is called Pygar, and it's kind of like a medium, almost like a slightly olivey silver. I also got this shade in Earthshine, which is a really pretty mid-tone, kind of silvered pink. Parallax is a gorgeous silvered purple. And then finally we have Lunar, which is a kind of pinkish violet purple. The formula on these sort of reminds me of the Urban Decay Moondust, but they're not quite as chunky or as truly glittery. These do have a little bit more of like a base color, but I use them very similarly. I still use a pretty sticky eyeshadow primer and then pat these on top to get the most shiny glittering effect. Okay, we have one more thing that I actually didn't purchase at Sephora because I didn't see this at Sephora yet. I don't know if Sephora will carry it soon, but I purchased this at Ulta. It is the super hyped up Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I got it in the shade Tan. They only have like 5 or 6 different shades, so their shade selection isn't great, but I went ahead and swatched this next to my Holy Grail Urban Decay concealer in medium dark warm, and this was the closest color match. I haven't tried it yet though, and I am very excited to. It does smell good though, and people have noted that this smells really good. Is this the same applicator as this Clinique? Hold on, I gotta check this now. It is. It is literally the exact same size. Let me see if I can show you guys this. It's literally the exact same size as the Clinique applicator. That is so funny. Okay guys, so that is everything that I purchased, but since I had you guys here, I figured I'd maybe go ahead and show you guys a couple of PR things that I was sent. You guys know that I don't get PR hardly ever. I'm not the person that feels the need to get every single press package from every single brand because honestly, I don't even have time to review that many products, but there were a couple of things from brands that I know and love, and these are both brands that I have purchased from before. I want you guys to let me know if you are genuinely curious in a review video. So first off would be the Hourglass Seamless Finish Foundation Stick, their Vanish Foundation Stick. This has been getting so much hype on YouTube and in Sephora, and I was kind of iffy on whether or not to purchase it, and then Hourglass reached out to me, which is just the most humbling experience ever because I feel like Hourglass is just such an amazing brand, such a reputable brand, a brand that I have purchased from time and time again. I have so many Hourglass products in my collection. So they did send me 2 different shades of the foundation stick and the Seamless Finish foundation brush that they released to go with this foundation. One of the shades, I believe it was Golden Amber. This is the shade that matched me really well. And I have already used this once, and I haven't really gathered my thoughts on it quite yet, which is why I was maybe waiting to do some type of review. And I have yet to use the brush that they released with this foundation. So I was thinking, once again, potentially doing a review. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in below. I could do kind of like a demo and wearing it throughout the day. The other brand that I was sent stuff from is another brand available at Sephora. This is a newer skincare brand called Pharmacy, and I've actually purchased from this brand. I've purchased quite a few products from this brand that I have loved. So they actually sent me this sheet mask set. It is a pack of 3 different sheet masks, and I was so excited when they sent this to me because I have actually purchased this pack of sheet masks from Sephora. I think I've purchased them like 3 or 4 times now. Honestly, I love these sheet masks. I will say they are pricey. They are pricey, but this is like a natural brand. It's called Pharmacy with like an F, like pharmacy, because it's kind of like the idea of like a farm to table, but for your skincare. I think that's the concept, but I was really excited to see this. They also sent me a kind of discovery skincare set that they have, which I have not used yet, but let me know if you guys are interested in kind of hearing a little bit more about this. I did want to go ahead and mention that I purchased this myself. I think I purchased it, I remember I purchased it around the Super Bowl, so that must have been in February, right? So quite a few months back. This is their Lip Bloom, also by Pharmacy. This is in the scent Lavender Mint, and I've used a good chunk of this. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a really big dip in this product. I love this. The scent is just so nice. It's lavendery, but because of that mint, it's not like overpowering to put on your mouth. It still gives a little bit of like fresh feeling. It's almost like an oily lip balm. So if you guys like any type of oil or like, you know, oil treatments on your lips, you will most definitely really like this. I love this lip bloom. So that's just something I wanted to mention. I really love Pharmacy as a brand. So yeah, that is everything. That wraps up everything that I purchased and a couple of things that I was sent. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul video. Please let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see full reviews on. I will be more than happy to review anything that I talked about today. Just let me know what you guys want to see, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. I will see you then. Bye! Collection of highlighter powders, but this is basically the first taste of a Makeup Geek highlighter. Nikki, these are all Nikki's looks that she created with the palette, and can I just say, Nikki is gorgeous.